This is the flip-flop of a position that was reached at Kaluga in 1970 in a game between Timofeev and Rashid Nezhmetdinov. Black is up 2 rooks and a passed pawn for a bishop and a knight, but we have a passed pawn of our own on the precipice of promotion. Black is threatening to capture this bishop, but it is white to move. Note the royal squares are occupied, controlled. When you see a barrier like this against your opponent's king, you want to recognize that as a sort of artificial edge of the board. And as you may very well know, that when the king is on the edge of the board, it produces what we call the magic square. In this position, the F7 square, because this is the edge of the board. In other words, if we could teleport our queen to F7, it would be checkmate. Of course, you can't do that ever since last week when FIDE changed the rule. But you can maneuver there. It'll take 2 moves, 1, 2. Problem, of course, is you still can't capture your own pieces, because FIDE changed that rule too. Solution: vacate that square with check. And by the way, this illustrates something I've taught you before about the value of advanced pawns. When a pawn crosses into enemy territory, it's no longer a 1-point pawn. It goes from 1 point to 2 points to 4 points to 6 points to 9 points because it becomes a queen. Now this check is going to force the rook to take or the king to move. Obviously, if the king moves, we just come right back and then bring our other queen in for checkmate. So he takes with the rook, and now we can maneuver for the checkmate. Now you say, but the rook is covering that square. It doesn't work anymore. Well, we're going to get a checkmate from here instead. Bada bing. Okay, we should take that with our bishop so that there's no pin on our queen. Bada boom. And here we go. Check. And that's all it made us do. Are there multiple mates on the next move? There must be. Otherwise, it wouldn't have ended there. I saw here. I don't see any other checkmate. I'm not sure why it ended it there. His only legal move is King F6, and then that is the only checkmate that I see. Put it in the comments if you see another one. I don't. Anyway, oh yeah,